Welcome to Twin Mills Camping Resort. We're in Howe, Indiana, just about 8 miles outside of Shipshewana. The Twin Mill name does not disappoint. There are a set of twin windmills right here on the property. There are two sides to the camping ground. One is on one side of Highway 120 and the other crosses the road. You do need a key entry to get into the other side, but there are tons of amenities here, so you'll want to take a visit. On the second half of the campground, they also have a baseball wiffle ball field. Freddie didn't know he had a saying, so Freddie says, enjoy our nature trail. No smoking on the path, and no golf carts. Let's see where this takes us. Some of these nature trails are just short-lived. This one took me to a little fields. We're in the Whispering Pine section where it is a mixture of transients, annuals, and cabins. If it's volleyball, your game, they have a very nice volleyball sand area. Across from the volleyball court, they have a nice playground. They have swings, slides. These old classic playground toys were my favorite. Things still go up and down. Even adults need a little playtime on the playground. I like the playground areas that have the nice little pea gravel that when you slide down, your feet just kind of go into that gravel. I'm not sure if I like the sand or the gravel better. It's like one of my favorite things to slide down those spirally slides. There are 3 sets of cabins here on the property. These are called the deluxe cabins. They also have rustic cabins and vacation cottages. I absolutely adore these rustic cabins. There's a row of them and one on the other side all by itself. But what I like the best about them is the porch swing. Is this not just adorable? The little heart shapes in them. Sitting out here in the woods, swinging on your front porch. Now this is the cabin of my dreams. These rustic cabins also come with a fire ring. Pretty nice grills that even have extra cooking attachments. And nice picnic tables. Not only do these nice cabins have front porches made out of concrete, they've graveled the area so you're not hopping and skipping through the mud to get to the door. Now this little path is pretty interesting. Someone's taken the time to build this little structure that looks like a little entryway that you can walk through as you're going down the path. It's a pretty nice trail, pretty easy to follow. There's a nice white path and it's not grown over. There are all kinds of little walking trails throughout this park, but the one by the rustic cabins that are my favorite on the other side of the campground have the cutest little items that you can go through, walk under, and makes the trail quite interesting. This is kind of cute, but I do believe I'm going to walk around this. I came up to it and the plexiglass is kind of weak. So if you push it with your foot, you can see the water bubble come up. So even though it's adorable, there we go. We straddled a little bit and one big step and we made it across. That was a very short trail, but a very interesting trail. We are already back to the main road. It just took a little loop from the rustic cabins around the woods and back onto the main road again. See the boat pulling out? They allow you to park along the edge of the main road across from the main part of the park. I like how each camping section is broken off into names. It tells you what site numbers and which way to go. This is Eastwoods and Westwoods. Eastwoods and Westwoods both have bathhouses. I'm going to show you inside. They're very similar. Inside the women's bathroom, they have 3 sinks and a big long mirror. There are 3 showers here. Each one has its own little changing room. Let's take a quick look at them. And you can see there's a little changing area in here, but there's no seat. But they have put up a rack for you to store your stuff on. You can see your shower. There are also 2 bathroom stalls. There are dumpsters located all around this campground. The dump station is wide and allows for 2 RVs to dump at the same time. Each side of the RV park has a dump station, whether you're using a little honey wagon or dumping your tanks. This dump site is right beside the baseball field. Twin Mills is right off of Highway 120. There are 2 sides, as you can see someone going into one entrance. When I'm looking at campground reviews, one of my favorite parts is to see where and how you check in. And so that's why I really like to include those at the very first of our campground tours. When you turn in, you can see big yellow arrows. It says that you can form 2 lines here as you're checking in. You'll pull your RV right up to this line, where you'll get out and check in through that white door. There's an office and camp store right there. If you come in after hours, they have a check-in box, so you can grab your packet right out of that green box. Beside the door, there's lots of information about the clubhouse hours, as well as honey wagon service. The camp store here is well stocked and has just about everything you may need if you left it at home. They even have lots of souvenirs like t-shirts and glasses. Okay, if you don't want to go to the grocery store and you forgot a few little extra things too, there you go. It's not just a slushie, it's alligator ice, swamp water, and Al's wild cherry. North side is the rowdy side. Little place of rest and more t-shirts. That's also where they stack your mail. Except FedEx, UPS, USPS, Amazon packages. And they do not charge you for your packages. We'll take you inside the clubhouse and rec room. There's a lot going on in this big red building. Plenty of picnic tables to host different events. They have Singo Bingo at the clubhouse. Let's see how our music skills are. So we played Singo in here. I'm not much of a bingo player, but when it comes to Singo, count me in. This place was packed. Singo night, standing room only, and there were plenty of people standing. Inside the clubhouse and rec area, they have a library. They also have games and puzzles in here as well. They have a nice ping pong table. You can find the paddles and balls right here. You can also play darts if you like. There are plenty of picnic tables underneath this nice tree that provides shade. You can bring out your snacks from the country store here, or there's food trucks that come in and out throughout the weekend and weekdays, and you can bring your food right there. Tonight it's burgers and fries and shakes, and then listen to a DJ. The Reindeer Trails food truck is one of the food trucks that frequent the campground. They have hamburgers, hot dogs, fries, and milkshakes. There we go. The peanut butter milkshake looks pretty good.
I don't see any peanut butter.
He's gonna be offered. I think that's to insinuate that it's thick.
You want to go get a spoon?
Give it a spoon. I'm in with spoons and shakes. They have lots of different food trucks here. Today is Mexican. Fred and I are gonna enjoy a couple of burritos. I'll let you know how they taste. Yummy. These burritos are pretty big, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
All right, can't wait to dig in.
Ah, lovely food truck meal. Look at the size of that burrito. Oh, my goodness. I thought I was in Mexico. Hey, what do we got over here? Those are hot sauces. That orange one, they said be careful. Sounds like my go-to. Yeah. I'll report back in a minute with the evaluation of the quality of heat. Yeah, I'll tell you, that's one good burrito. It's just a pork burrito. You got the really hot, watch out for the orange sauce. You got the green stuff. I don't know it has a name. Which has a little bit of heat to it. Very nice flavor though, I was very impressed. And then we got the, I don't know why I'm in the hot sauce lineup, because, it's not bad tasting, but not a lot of heat yet. So I'm gonna go orange. Mary got the beef burrito. I don't know what she was thinking. And
It's delicious.
no hot sauce. She got no jalapenos. And I believe she didn't even use the lime.
It's because I'm cool.
No.
After you get your packet, you'll pull up from this line and you will head right into the gate. You will use your gate pass. I suggest to slide it really fast. We watch out for those low-hanging branches. I did want to mention that they do assign sites here. I love how they have Edison lights hanging everywhere. It gets pretty hot, so in the evening it's really nice to come out here and and partake in the amenities with the nice evening lights. So right off the red building, there is a nice deck surrounded by Edison lights. On the deck is where you're going to find your miniature golf clubs. You also find your balls here right next to the golf clubs. You will take your golf club and your ball and head on down the steps right to the miniature golf course. So if you like mini golf, they have a nice course. The greenery is even very well done. If you can't find a seat at the picnic tables, the front of the red barn or red building, then there are a couple of benches back here with umbrellas at the back deck. They even have an outdoor movie theater. If you're one of the first 10 or 12 people to arrive, you can have your own seating up here. Otherwise, I suggest you to bring your own chair. You can make that big circle and go into the south side. Of course, like this sport, you could go the wrong way. Across from the big red building, there's the pool, bathhouse, and laundry. This is before you even enter the gate into the campground. This is the one and only laundry facility that they have here. There are 3 washers and 4 dryers in this laundromat. The dryers cost $2 and you can use either quarters or a pay app on your phone. The washing machines cost $2.25. You can also use quarters or your pay app on your phone. You can also find a folding table in here, and it's fine. And this is the entry into the pool house as well. If you want a soda, you can find it right here in the laundry room / pool entrance. You'll go through the bathroom to get to the pool house, where they do have 3 bathrooms. There's one sink. Now we'd really be careful in here because there is lots of little wet feet running through here, and I'm sure it's very slippery, which is funny. The other bathroom says slippery when wet, and this one did not. There are 3 stalls where you can rinse off or wash off before going into the pool. You can go through the bathroom and into the pool. It's like a fun pool. It's like a big exclamation point. There are a lot of loungers around the pool area. And it's pretty deep. It gets to 9 feet here. Not too bad. Smell the chlorine in the air. Enjoy the kids. There are only 2 tables with umbrellas, so if you want some shade, you better get here pretty early. There's a small kiddie wading pool here. I think it's one of the shallowest I've seen in a long time. Beside the pool, they have a huge area that they call the game courts. I'll show you each one individually. There are several game courts here. Not just one, but this is the game court area. And the kids have had a blast here. There is a cornhole area here. They also set up cornhole down by the beach so that you can play. And on weekends, they have different tournaments. They have an outside axe throw game. Not sure what this game is called, but it sure looks like a lot of fun. There's a huge basketball court here, which I see being used a lot. They also use it for other activities and events, and there's always basketballs laying around for the kids to pick up. You can even play a different kind of bowling ball here. This is an awesome shuffleboard court. It looks really neat, lit up at night. If pickleball is your game, they have a net for pickleball as well. They even have pickleball paddles and balls for you. Alright, so they even have a dodgeball court. Not gaga ball. Actual old-fashioned dodgeball. And I have seen kids playing here the most. I better be a little more careful. I don't have the GoPro on me today, but that sure did feel good. If you need propane, check with the office. They have a propane station here. Once you enter the gate, there is a nice playground here. It's a mixture of old and new playground equipment. Looks like a lot of fun to me. It even has a great big purple dinosaur slide. Fred wondered if Barney was jealous. After you come through the gate, and on your first left is the tent camping section. The tent camping section is really nice. It's a whole row. There are tents on either side, and you go all the way back and then turn around, go back out. And they have water, electric, fire rings, and picnic tables, just like RV sites. Check that out, 30 amp sites. Water. These are phenomenal tent sites. And on the weekends, they're packed. Your fire ring. And each campsite, not just one, but each one has water, electric, a fire ring, and a picnic table. Talk about glamping in a tent. Behind me, you'll see the main street that goes in from the entrance all the way down to the lake, and you can find the different groups of sites on the left and the right. They each have a name and a number. There's also North Wagon Wheel, South Wagon Wheel. We're gonna go up into Evergreen Court. There's a dump station on the north side here, as well as the south side on the other side of 120, and they both can host 2 RVs at a time. The north side's dump station is once you come in the gate, just continue straight up the main road and you will find it on your left. There are 2 bathhouses on the north side, not including the pool house. They're both very similar, so I'm going to take you and show you the Deer Run bathhouse. There are 3 showers in here. Little changing area with a changing seat. Oh, they have shower inserts in here. There are 3 bathroom stalls, 3 sinks with individual mirrors. Between Campers Cove and Evergreen Court, there's a nice little dog park in the pine thicket. The dog park has a little entryway where they have a wastebasket and bags for you to pick up your dog's litter. So if your dog needs a little respite from the leash and needs to run around, bring them down here and let them run in this little park area. And this is the part where I have to tease Fred. Don't you think I need a little dog to bring here and play in this dog park? If you need a pavilion for a family gathering that's out in the sun or the rain, then there's one just right past the North Wagon Wheel that you can check out and enjoy. On the corner of Easy Street in Maine, there are 2 horseshoe pits. You can bring your own horseshoes or borrow some from the front office. Here is Cherry Tree Bathhouse, which is the same as Deer Run Bathhouse. There's a little nature overlook. You can sit on this bench, listen to the birds, and see this beautiful marsh area. You can sit here and listen to the birds and look out over the marshy area. It's really a little picturesque view. If you follow the road from the entrance all the way to the back of the park, you are gonna see this beautiful lake. They have a nice little sandy beach area with chairs for you to sit by the water. Fred and I love the way that the dock surrounds the swimming area at the beach. Really surprised at how clear the water is here. It's absolutely beautiful. Someone carved into the bench, "Welcome to Twin Mills." You can start to see a lot of the people coming down on golf carts to watch the sunset here. It's absolutely gorgeous coming down over the water. They have a nice pavilion overlooking the lake. So you can bring out your lunch, have a little party, enjoy the beach area. They rent boats here at Twin Mills. Check with the front office for rates and to rent one if you like. If you brought your own, you can launch it right over there. Yes, after all that walking, I got to the beach and I am certainly glad to find this single bathroom. Not only do they have a gorgeous lake, they have a small fishing pond here on the property. There are several picnic tables down by the pond, so if you want to bring your lunch and just spend the afternoon fishing or morning, you have a place to sit down. Whether you want to picnic, go fishing, or just enjoy throwing the football in the field here, it's a beautiful location, not too far from the lake. Even though this campground is full of annuals, full-timers, and transients, it still feels very campgroundy. I really like it here. There are a few dog stations throughout the park, so please clean up after your dog. Fred and I were assigned to Campers Cove. Your first 2 rows are the water and electric hookups. On Campers Cove, there's another little playground, and my favorite playground equipment ever, right there in front of us. We're at site C57. It is a 50 amp full hookup. Our space is pretty roomy. We park Rocky in front of Bullwinkle. There's still a little room in the back. We could actually probably park her back there as well. The sites here come with fire pits and picnic tables. The sites are a little gravel, a little dust, and a few weeds, but suits our needs. Fred and I are really here to get a lot of work done, and we're looking forward to showing you some of the improvements we're making to our rigs this year.
All right, it's time for the Twin Mills Cellular Service Report. Well, right off the bat, we have AT&T at 8.62 megabits per second down and 1.44 megabits per second up. Meanwhile, over at Verizon, we've got 7.59 down and 1.76 up. There's no T-Mobile here. I had to use a booster to get AT&T and Verizon to show up. T-Mobile's frequencies are lower and are not affected by the booster. So no T-Mobile, but the other two, if you got a good booster and it's way up high in the air, should do you well. Plenty of things to do here though, so I wouldn't worry about that. I think you'll be kind of busy, and with all the amenities and all the events and just crazy place. So had a lot of fun and got some work done, but you'll see that coming up soon, and we'll talk to you then.